the same time as the spotlights.
Okay, let's see if what I think is going to be a really big issue with him is actually an issue.
Big issue like defensively, or big issue like a bad thing in his kit?
Bad thing in his kit.
Oh no.
Hold on. Should just let me skip to the part that I'm specifically looking at here. I think it was this. All right. Yeah, there it is. Okay. That's what I was hoping would not be the case, and it is. So, what it looks like he does is he stacks a lot of debuffs on the opponent that are really nice debuffs to have utility-wise. Like, if I'm looking at him real quick, there's Disorient, there's Petrify, there's Spectre, right? But what the SP2 does is when you launch it off, it gets rid of all of those debuffs on the opponent and gives you a passive theory for each one you removed.
Okay, so that's the Venom part. Hey, Vega.
Oh, Vega's in
What's going on?
Yo.
Cool. Downtime, especially if they're randomized, is going to be difficult to justify throwing the special 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless it's like really big damage.
And so the comparison I'm drawing here is me and DLL both had a really big problem with Mysterio because of his trade-off of utility for damage, right?
Absolutely.
And what I'm seeing here is that's the exact trade-off that you're making with Anti-Venom by using the L2. So that does kind of scare me.
But I don't know how much it bothers me here, though, because we have the example of Venom, and in many fights, it's basically you only throw the special 2 if it's going to end the fight.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you use the special 3 to just lock it to get bonus damage from the debuffs, or to get bonus damage from the buffs without cashing them in, or you use the special 1 to heal. And that works out really well. And then you just end the fight with a special 2. And if his special 1 and special 3 are good enough, or if he is good enough without specials in general, like Venom is, then I think I'm okay with that because it becomes a choice. Because that's the difference with, like, Venom he counters the spider thing, he has access to armor break, he has some key pieces of his kit that you don't need specials to access, whereas Mysterio does need his specials for almost everything. Yeah. And so that's why the trade-off hurts so badly. But
I don't know if you guys are seeing...
Depending on how the rest of his kit fits together, I think it could be okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are seeing this right now, but I'm looking at the part of this video where Dave is showing off how you want to use him in his rotation phase, and I'm seeing some very low damage numbers without that L2. Like, with all of the debuffs on the opponent, which I don't think give him any extra damage, and this is a rank 4 6-star we're talking about, he's critting for like 4k on his mediums.
Yeah, those are very low numbers, I agree.
Yeah.
A little concerning.
And so, let me see his numbers after the L2 real quick.
Sounds like Vega is sharing our, let's say, qualifications. I don't know if I want to say concerns yet.
Oh, wow. Okay, so he does actually have some really big damage after he pops that L2, though. They are very nice.
Yeah, that, nice. Unlike Venom, it kind of looks like he needs the L2, but it also looks like the upside is a lot bigger. Venom's Furies are not that big.
It also seems to me like these Furies last a long time, so it might actually be practical to use them. I'm not sure, though, as of yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm definitely curious. I mean, and like you said, the debuffs he has access to, I mean, a lot of them are small, but that's one of the reasons that Reed works in more places than you would think he would, because it's like, you know, it's not like Doom where he can stagger for days, but in many fights, the stagger he has is enough. And this could easily end up being a similar thing where it's just, there's enough debuff utility in enough places that you're like, yeah, I'm just bringing Anti-Venom and I'm going to shred things with him.
Okay, so I'm looking at his abilities right now as well from the very beginning. He's immune to Incinerate and Poison. Is it just me, or have there been a lot of Incinerate and Poison immunes recently?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
More hazard
Also-
chip counters.
Yeah. And during the opponent's special attacks, Anti-Venom gains 40% defensive combat power rate per debuff on the opponent. So at first glance, that seems like a defensive ability, but now that I'm thinking about it, he stacks a lot of debuffs on the opponent. Could that make blocking the opponent's special attacks quite beneficial power-wise?
I noticed Dave was parrying some of them, and that's something.
Yeah. And based on his Awakened ability, it seems like Anti-Venom regens some of the hit damage done even on the block, so like kind of like Sorcerer Supreme. So
And that is one of her best things.
Yeah. So that could potentially be quite interesting. The difference I'm seeing though is, if I go back to Awakened ability real quick, it seems like that doesn't scale. Oh no, it does. Okay, it does scale with the damage done. Okay, my bad. Yeah, so that could be pretty interesting done, though.
What percentage is it, though? Because that's... I'm sorry, I'm waiting for the stream to catch up.
So here's the thing. You're not going to like this at all. It's 65% at Sig 200.
Oh, God. So it's like Sorcerer, but you have to invest in it? Okay, yeah. I am instantly turned off. Here's another high prestige, brand new science champion that needs Sig 200, so nobody will ever invest in their Captain America Infinity War. Why is he in the game as a 6-star? We'll never know.
On the bright side, though, the second part of his Awakened ability is the personal debuffs gain increased potency based on the hits you have. And there is absolutely no Sig.
There's no scaling
at all.
Yeah,
I like that. That's cool.
Wow, that reading that the second half of that is actually really solid.
Yeah,
it even includes non-personal debuffs. Have the increased potency by 5% every 10 hits.
Also,
so you're looking at 50%. Yeah, so 50% at max 50 hits, 50% for personal debuffs, and then 25% for non-personal. And you look at, Reed's pre-fight specifically, like that's going to be really solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get up to a 32% suppression then, plus the 30% effect from the Petrify Mastery. Mm-hmm. You definitely have some good power control there. You can get up to, what would that be? A like 38%, or sorry, no. That would be a 50% Petrify from Reed. But here's my next question. Does the Special 2 consume all debuffs or just personal debuffs?
I gotta check that. What I'm seeing right now, though, is I just found how the main, or what is it called? The meat and potatoes of his kit, how it works. So he inflicts a Clintar debuff. Every 10 hits in the combo meter, he inflicts the selected genetic memory debuff. Spectre reduces regen by 16.66%, Disorient 12.5%, and Decelerate. This is just, oh for God's sake, Decelerate is just slow, but percentage, bruh. That's...
What?
Man. It lowers evade and unstoppable ability accuracy by 33%. Oh,
so
God.
You would have to land 30 of exactly the right hits against an opponent to get 3 of those decelerates, and then have no damage for it to actually turn off evade.
Yeah, but then there could be something to do with the what's it called? The Awakened ability. What was it? It's at 50 hits, it's an extra 50%, right? So 50%
for his, yeah. 16.66. So you could do it with 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's a lot of work to then.
I would rather use stealth as an evade counter at that point.
Oh, and you know how bad that is when... Oh, no.
Yeah, that was not a compliment.
Oh, that's not good. Guys, bottom line here. Second medium attack changes a selected genetic memory debuff. So the only way you can stay on the one you want is by ending combos with a light attack. Oh, God.
So there's some of the issues of Elsa, of Stealth Spidey, of Claire. I mean... I still think Elsa and Claire are very, very good champions, and stealth isn't bad, but that is absolutely a weakness.
Yeah, I hate that. Why didn't they just make that ending it with a light attack? That's what everyone likes more.
I disagree with that.
Really?
Yeah, the second medium is much better for that, because that's why Elsa is a better evade counter than stealth, because she can parry medium and turn off evade. Stealth
that's a good point.
Can only do it by doing his full combo. So the second medium is actually much better than the fourth light for this, but it is still a weakness, especially if you're dealing with somebody who can't be stunned.
Absolutely.
Although another thing I'll point out that we didn't talk about with the awakened ability, if it applies to his non-personal debuffs, that means that he can probably get around limber.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, you're right.
That's very nice. Yeesh. Okay, I like that. Okay, that's interesting.
Sig 1
really
anti-venom, immune to limber.
So at max ramp up there at 50 hits, you're looking at about, like an extra 0.4 seconds on a stun, really? Or
which is more than enough.
Oh,
yeah,
this
so,
is
I mean, that's
nice,
really
though.
not bad.
This is quite
nice. Yeah, because
nice,
Magneto can safely heavy with an extra half a second from his perfect block chance.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
so even if you can't heavy, you can at least combo.
Yeah. So there's some extra things he gets from the Clintar debuff. So reduces physical resistance by 550, and based on his opponents against Spider-Verse heroes, he reduces the ability accuracy of evade by 100%. So
okay, good.
I'm glad that fits. Yeah, it's just that he can also, if you go to a whole lot of effort, turn it off against somebody like Black Widow or Nightcrawler.
But that could also be really nice, because this means he does also have a way to get around increased evade ability accuracy, right? So you have the 100%
You're right.
reduction against Spider-Verse heroes, and if it's increased ability accuracy, you just need one of those decelerate debuffs. Okay.
Often
that
two
was
of them,
my next question.
yeah.
Does it specifically state 100% reduction, or they can't evade?
It says reduce the ability accuracy of, so Venom will still be the premier spider counter.
Okay.
And against Mist, this seems like a basically just a Doctor Doom counter, but he reduces the ability accuracy of unblockable by 65%, and at 30 hits in the combo, he increases it to 100%.
I actually think that's very good, because that means
that's really good.
That makes him good against America Chavez. That makes him good against like Doctor Strange or Symbiote Supreme on the enhanced L2 node. That will come up.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Does that say like all unblockable or just unblockable specials?
It says
all
unblockable, period.
All unblockable.
Oh wow. Okay.
So you're also potentially looking at Aspect of War, although he probably doesn't have amazing block proficiency.
Could that make
it
him
is also
specifically
specifically against Mystics though?
Yes.
Could that mean he'd work against certain Abyss fights then as well, like Mystic Abyss fights? You can use Decelerate to kind of overcome that unstoppable from running out of your hit count. Yeah, the hit counter in Abyss. And then also, if you can block unblockable attacks, and you should be able to just play the fight completely normally.
So yes,
I don't know, because Abyss also increases ability accuracy
by 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, so you would need. Okay, so then you need. Oh yeah, no, that wouldn't work unless it's a Spider-Verse champion.
You need him duped. You need him duped, and you need 4 of the Decelerate debuff. So you need his maximum ramp. And the other problem is, if you set him up that way so that he is countering Unstoppable by 200%, you cannot use a special 2 ever.
So it's going to do no damage.
Yeah.
I would rather use a 3-star shield at that point.
Yeah. Just use Miles Morales, man.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, that's just an unblockable thing. I'm going to do a little bit of a skim, but it seems like we managed to cover everything. Oh, wait.
Yeah, we covered at least a lot of it. Oh, yeah, L2. Does it purify all debuffs or just his?
Yeah, let me try to find that. Okay, I think it should list that in the special attacks portion of the video. Let me get to that real quick. Okay, so... Oh, damn it. Okay, so for starters, his personal passives are paused during specials. Okay, so that means his furies aren't going to run out while you're using a special. That's quite nice.
Right. And that means if there's any way for him to throw more specials, like on a power reserve node or something, then he's going to keep his damage ramp a lot better.
And he has some really high damage, so that's very nice. So the L1, if not already active, he gains an accelerated mutation passive, causing him to inflict an additional genetic memory debuff for 15 seconds. Okay, so this kind of like Carnage with the Red Goblin synergy, where he gets an extra buff, but only for a certain amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If accelerated mutation is active, all hits deal 1304 physical damage. That's nothing. First hit.
It could be nice. That basically turns it into like a smaller clairvoyant and hellfire.
Yeah, I guess so. The first hit inflicts a petrified debuff, reducing potency of their power gain region. 40% for 20 seconds. Okay, so with 50 hits, that'll be 60% for 20 seconds. That's quite nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let me.
That's not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. Let me find the L2. Ah, here is the L2. Okay, yeah.
The L2, personal passives includes his regen. You can pause his regen.
Oh, that's quite nice, especially at max sig. Okay, so the L2 is only genetic memory debuffs, so you'll be safe with Reed.
Good.
That's really nice.
And that means you can turn Reed's debuffs into a 50% petrify and stack that with his 60.
60% L1 petrify. I'm liking this, actually.
Yeah. There is utility here for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll be worth it, but I think that's something that you have to play because it could be. The uptime on a lot of this stuff feels long enough to me.
Yeah, it's what I'm seeing here is his debuffs have permanent uptime, and that's really nice. Those are never going to run out unless you want them to run out.
Right, and you're cashing them in when they do. That's the only way for them to go away other than purify, right?
Yeah, let me try to... Wait, let me see how long those Furies last for exactly.
25 seconds, and then you can pause them. I just saw it.
Oh, okay. That's very nice. I like that. Okay.
Yeah, that's some really solid damage burst window. So.
Yeah. Also, just worth noting, I'm pretty sure Kabam Lex developed Anti-Venom. It was the same dude that developed, or the same person that developed Silver Centurion. Funnily enough.
That is funny, and I'm getting some vibes from that because we're not going over this the way that we would have over like Doom or maybe even Apocalypse or Fury. Like there's a lot of cool stuff in here, but almost every part of his kit has a drawback. And the question is it worth it? And if they balanced it properly, then the answer will be yes. And so that's exactly the kind of champion I want to come into the game, where it's like where he makes sense, you're going to have to think to play him properly, but he's going to be worth it.
Yeah.
Agreed.
The L3 seems to be pretty...
seems like it's going to be that way. So, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what L3 does.
The L3 seems to do, like, absolutely nothing. I see a pretty short rupture, and that's about it. Though I could be missing something. Okay. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Let me check what the synergies are. Okay, sorry, what were you going to say? Go for it.
I was just going to say, like, he seems like he's gonna have a reception of people aren't gonna immediately like him because he's not blatantly overpowered, which I mean happens all the time. This community is always fun to be a part of.
If people didn't like Spider-Man 2099, they're gonna hate him.
Oh yeah, without doubt.
Absolutely, no doubt. But I mean, you brought up Centurion specifically, and we're 3 or 4 months, outside of Centurion's release, and people are looking at him now like, okay, he's niche, but he's awesome. Like, he's going to be really good for when you want to use him. I think Anti-Venom's going to be a very similar situation where he has, a lot of utility that's going to be very useful. And it's like you said, if it's balanced right and we get our hands on him and we play him and he feels good to play, then he's going to get another cult following. And I think that the people that commit to using him, very similar to DLL with Reed and everything, like, it's another Reed type of situation for me, just less like team focused. It's one of those like lots of utility and decent damage. And then once you learn how to properly use him and when to use what you need, fully being comfortable with the kit, like you're going to be able to do anything you need with him.
Yeah, he seems like he was designed for Alliance War, is what I'm getting right now, and I like that.
Yeah, and I agree.
Yeah,
that seems pretty possible.
Just looking at one of his synergies now, this one looks quite nice, and I love the reference because it's a reference to not sure if you guys played it, but it's a little bit of an older Spider-Man game. It's like Web of Time or something.
Mm-hmm. I'm familiar with it. I've never played it though.
Yeah. So it seems pretty negligible on the anti-venom side. For the first 10 seconds of the fight, the opponent can't gain.
Oh, that's not negligible.
Yeah.
That turns off Dragon Man's power gain. That makes him better than Mephisto for hazard shift.
Oh, that's a good point. Thank you for reminding me of that. It's late. Give me a break, man.
No, totally. But Iron Patriot is going to be very happy and/or angry.
Let's see.
Wow.
Personally, I'm looking at the Spider-Man 2099 side of this. On the start of the fight, inflict a wither debuff, and especially because he can refresh those by like dashing back or something, can he?
He can pause them.
Yeah. The fact that he immediately starts the fight with Wither means that he can get in there and immediately start stacking ruptures as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Because one of his main issues was you had to throw your special 2 or interrupt your heavy in order to place one. And then with this, you can instantly get into that and start placing them with 100% chance on block.
Right, like the equivalent of that would be
really solid for him.
So I was just going to say the equivalent of that would be like if Mephisto started a fight with the Aura of Incineration active and then it was like paused for 10 seconds or something. Like, yeah, that's big.
And then for Doc Ock, this seems... I'm not that familiar with Doc Ock, but this does seem pretty good for him.
That's quite good.
Yeah, it seems like he's going to help his damage quite a lot.
So that's up to a 75... When you get it ramped, that's a 75% chance to do like 4,000 or 5,000 attack again every time you throw a heavy attack. Like, that's not going to win you the fight, but that's really nice.
Yeah. What is this? Is this... Hold on. Okay, I'm just looking... Oh, wait, no, I'm just being dumb. Okay, don't worry about it. I'm just looking at the Spider-Man 2099 side of this. Yeah, that looks very nice, actually.
It's a very strong wither as well.
Yeah, 125%. Yeesh. Okay. I'm liking this.
Yeah. Let's look at some of those other synergies.
Yeah, there's Carnage and Venom at the end. Let me find that.
Yeah.
Here we go. Ability accuracy buffs.
I do really appreciate the work they're doing with synergies lately. Because it's like, on the one hand, I don't like buffing old champions through synergies, but if it actually feels like every champion is balanced and useful, and then you are just picking extra pieces of utility by building teams, that's my dream scenario for synergies.
Yeah, and I'm just seeing one now, the one with Carnage and Venom. So for Anti-Venom against symbiote opponents, he reduces the ability accuracy of their buffs by 50%. But for Venom and Carnage, they regenerate 15% of their max health when knocking out Spider-Verse heroes. That could be pretty good.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. Just a little bit of nice sustainability. I'm noticing Venom's getting a lot of sustainability over the last few months, ain't he? He's getting the negative synergy and now this. Damn.
On the topic of the negative synergy, I also do want to point out, and I know we discussed it the other day, but on Negative's Healing Touch synergy, anytime that Anti-Venom places one of those Clintar debuffs, he's going to have the chance to regen 10% missing health, like Venom gaining a buff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I'm sorry. I'm not sure if you were aware of that. It basically works exactly the same as Venom's synergy with it. It's just instead of his buffs, it's the debuffs instead.
Okay.
I use him and Negative together all the time, and it really adds up. Like, it's so much sustainability.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I've used it too, and it's great. I just have one question though.
Yeah, go for it.
He doesn't have a synergy with Venom Pool.
Oh no.
That's unfortunate. Come on, man. Well, I guess we can hope for Null to have a good one.
Yeah, we can. I have a feeling he's gonna buff up symbiotes on his team, right? So I would imagine there would be.
He should.
Yeah,
okay.
We'll see tomorrow. We'll see tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm coming away from this optimistic and some caution, but I wouldn't even call it cautiously optimistic. I just want to see gameplay, but I feel like he's going to be good.
I want to see gameplay that isn't just the 6-star rank 4 boosted up in ideal conditions like it is in this video.
Yep. Oh, look, he kills Winter Soldier when you use this one special.
Oh my god. I'm pretty sure they actually use Rhino as the test dummy in a lot of these, but yeah, it's pretty much the same thing.